What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Breezy,
It's your girl Shay.
and today we are back at your head with a brand new video. So today we actually are doing something new. We're just trying something out. We're gonna do a little podcast joint where we're basically just gonna be talking about things that's going on in the entertainment industry, just go like celebrities, trending topics, that sort of thing. And we're gonna see if y'all like this little podcast format. Because if y'all do, this will be a regular thing. So yeah, is there anything you want to say?
No, I just like this idea, so I hope y'all enjoy it. The topics is really interesting. So.
Yeah, so this might be, a regular thing, just depending on how this goes. This might be a new format. Not to say we're not gonna still vlog and do normal type of videos, go out, sightsee, all that sort of thing. We're still gonna do that, but we just, we're new to YouTube, so we're just still trying to find our niche, so to speak. So we're trying this out and seeing how it goes. So yeah, let us know what y'all think. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first story we are going to talk about is about artist Doughboy from Future's rap group Free Bands. Is that his group? That's the name of his group, Free Bands? I believe so. Free Bands. So Doughboy basically, and this story came out on October the 5th. Doughboy basically said that he is a pioneer in gangster rap. Basically, like he's one of the first rappers to start doing gangster rap. Basically, he actually took to Twitter. He's an artist from Cleveland. I'm not really familiar with Doughboy. To be honest with you, I don't. I like Future, but I'm not familiar with any of the artists he put on or helped put on. But Doughboy is an artist from Cleveland. He took to Twitter, and he posted, and I quote, "What niggas don't know is I really started a lot of this shit. I was one of the first niggas gangster rapping. I was like 15 going crazy in 2010 with Lex Luger. I was a savage before being a savage was even cool. So stop saying I sound like niggas. Niggas sound like me." So me being a fan of hip hop and R&B culture, I thought this was kind of ridiculous to say the least, considering that gangster rap or the subgenre of gangster rap has actually been has been around since the late 80s. With the real pioneers are artists, rap groups like NWA, Snoop Dogg, Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's the real pioneers of the gangster rap subgenre of rap. Tupac. So it's crazy how this man is 26 years old, and gangster rap has basically been around since he was a child. Well, since he was in the womb, basically. So I'm just trying to figure out how he can claim to be a pioneer in gangster rap. I feel like this is kind of part of the reason why a lot of older people look down on our generation, because our generation, for some reason or another, people within our age group don't know how to research, look up facts, look up history. I don't know what it is. Like, we live in the information age, so all it takes is a Google search to know, who started what, who was a pioneer of what, That's what makes this whole thing so egregious. And you can't, to me, that's crazy how you're a rapper, but you're, hip-hop artist, for lack of better terms, but you know so little about your own genre that you would even face your lips to make that kind of statement. I mean, what do you think about that?
I just feel like because I'm like 90s baby. Like we grew up like in the best of time, and even in the 80s, like music around that time like was the best of time. Like rap, like hip hop. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, a lot of people. Most like hip hop heads say like the '90s generation was the golden age of hip hop.
I mean, I'm not saying some of the music, rap music now is bad, but you can't forget about the classics.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's like some of these rappers now, they forget about the legends. Like they
they think they invented rap.
some of their lyrics low key be like you can't comprehend it sometimes. Like
I mean, here's the thing. What's crazy to me is if you listen to a lot of rap these days, a lot of modern rap. A lot of the beats, if you listen to it, a lot of the beats are sampled from older artists. Like a lot of the beats are sampled from artists in the '90s, artists in the '80s, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that song "Making a Sound" has, I'd rather be with you, or whatnot. That came from Tupac. But see, people in our generation wouldn't know that because they don't, they won't take the 2 seconds that it would take to Google something. You know what I mean? And that's what makes it so egregious. Like you claim you're an artist, a hip hop artist, but you would make that comment that you're a pioneer of gangster rap. That would let me know that you don't know the history of your own genre. You know what I'm saying? Like
just like Eazy-E's The Godfather.
the Godfather of rap, the Godfather of all rap.
He's the Godfather.
He's a
Gangsta rap.
he's a legend. I wouldn't say he's a Godfather of rap.
But like I said, either way it goes, don't forget your roots and like what you grew up on. I mean, but don't be saying that you're the original gangster. No. Like all these, like he's not the only one that came out and said that they're original this, they're original that. Like there's so many different artists that been doing that now, and that shit that this day and time now, and that shit is so fucking lame. Like no, please don't.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know what it is about us hip hop fans and
Jacquees did that. That's another one.
oh yeah, well he was talking about R&B, but Jacquees, y'all remember that was last year I think. He said he's the king of R&B. Jacquees, the king of R&B. Now I mean, granted,
We got to stay on topic though, but yeah.
Jacquees actually has a couple hits that I like, but the king of R&B, the king. Okay, so I guess R. Kelly never existed. Minus all the stuff that R. Kelly did, but music-wise, you're saying your music was better than him. Who else? Who?
I can't think right now, but that's just what came to my mind.
Like you, Jacquees, the king of R&B. I mean, that's besides the point, but I mean that's just an example that we're using. Like he's another one who's like in our age group. Like, why is it with the culture that we're a part of, basically, the hip hop and R&B culture, we seem to be like the only subculture that has such a short-term memory. Like, no other subculture would ever disrespect the genre like that. Like, you will never hear a modern day rock and roll artist say that they're a pioneer of rock and roll, or they're a pioneer of metal, or they're a pioneer of punk rock. You know what I'm saying? And like no other no modern country singer would say that. But here in our culture, the hip hop and R&B culture, like we just have a short attention span, I guess. But
before we switch off into our next another thing that got me with him was when he was saying he was 15 going crazy in a Lexus at 15.
Lex Luger, but
yeah, Lex Luger.
You're talking about the producer Lex Luger, not Alexis. I'm looking at you. What is you talking about?
I thought he meant Lex, like the actual car.
Lex Luger. I'm pretty sure he was talking about Lex Luger. That nigga Lex Luger. I go hard in the mother paint. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Lex Luger.
Now I get it. But for a minute, I had to reread it because I thought.
She was reading from the article. She thought. Because, no boy DZ, his tweet said, and I quote, I was like 15 going crazy in 2010 with Lex Luger. So she thought he meant a Lexus car. No, Lex Luger as in the producer. Lex Luger. But continue what you were saying.
But yeah. Before we switch off, it's crazy. A lot of these artists, though, that when they get fame and fortune, they don't know how to, like, they really don't know how to take advantage. Like, they go all overboard with it, like, and they just don't know what to do with it, and they just go buck wild. Like, they start young and they just go like crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know what's going on with our generation. I think it's the Molly and the Percocets. That's I don't know. The '90s generation. The '90s rappers was rapping about selling the perks, selling the drugs. Our generation of rappers rap about being addicts. So that's probably what's going on with most rappers. They just messed up in the head. But we gonna go ahead and switch gears to our next topic.
So I'm going to introduce our next topic, where it's talking about Netflix, where they respond to Cuties indictment. Yes.
Tell them what Cuties is.
Cuties. In case y'all don't know what it is, this is a movie that was introduced on Netflix about a young girl, a Muslim young girl, actually. Full of morals, strict household, and when she went to her new school, she saw her new set of girls that also stayed in her apartment complex as well. And she saw some of the things they did, and she wanted to do what they did.
So what did they do?
The way they dress, the way they dance, how they act. She just wanted to follow the crowd, fit in with them. And they were not of her beliefs and morals. Because what people don't know, as far as Muslims, they're very strict.
It depends on which denomination.
Yeah, it depends, but
so the little girl in the movie, her name was Ami, and she came from like they said, the Muslim background. She was I think her family was from Senegal, Africa, and they were I'm not, so if any Muslims watch this, don't get offended, because I'm not too versed in the Muslim, the Islamic faith, but they were of a certain sect of Islam that was very strict on as far as basically how women should conduct themselves, how they should behave, so to speak. Like she wasn't strict to the point to where she had to go to school wearing a whole hijab.
No.
But it was strict as to like.
She wore casual clothes.
Yeah, she wear like casual clothes, but nothing too crazy. because the girl in the movie, she's 11.
Like she's shy, like she was a shy girl.
Yeah.
But when she noticed the other little girls and how they did certain things, she wanted to make friends, and she would do any and everything, to make a friend or make friends. So, and as a result of that her behavior ended up changing along the process because of that. So as far as details, so she starts getting into pretty much. She meets a little one of the little girls. Like let me drop one of them. She sees one of the girls at the laundromat dancing. This scene was crazy.
But the thing is, like, what we're trying to get y'all to understand, it wasn't like an innocent little girl dance type deal.
No,
so just describe to like how they was acting. Like,
yeah, it was like very provocative, like past Beyonce type, like what you wouldn't want your little girl to be doing. Like a very overprotective dad would not want his little girl to be doing type. So that's the type of dancing and stuff, twerking type, what she was doing. So that's what the type of pattern the little girl was picking up. She noticed and she started thinking that was cool. And also, like at the laundromat, the girl was flat ironing. They didn't have like like the little regular flat irons they use. They had like an actual iron.
Like a real
iron like for your clothes.
Like for clothes.
And she ironed the Mexican girl, I think she's Mexican. She ironed her hair. Like she put her long hair on the iron board and ironed her hair. And the girl, Army, she went home and she has natural beauty curly hair.
Yeah, so Army's stupid ass. she forgot the fact that she was African.
And you don't.
She was African. She her family, it wasn't. The story takes place in France. But she wasn't Afro-French. She was her family was straight from Africa.
Yes.
So she had Negro hair.
Kinky curly hair.
And she attempted to iron her hair like this little Mexican girl did.
And a chunk of her hair came out.
Yeah.
So she ended up going to school.
Yeah.
Like that, whatever. But over time, she started hanging out with the little girl she saw. She met along the way. And of course, some of the other girls started picking on her, bullying her because she was shy and she was skinny. They felt like she wasn't like them, but she would do everything to be a part of them. So, and that's what happened. So, eventually, they all became one. She recorded for them dancing, their group, and they dared her to go into the boys' restroom.
Oh yeah, there was a scene where I guess the little girls they liked this older boy. So they had I guess they were scared to talk to him, so they, being little immature little girls, thought it was a good idea to go into the boys' bathroom and try to snap a picture of the dude's junk. But they didn't want to do it themselves, so they set Army up, and Army, wanting to be part of the cool crowd, went in and did it. And it was just a bunch of little stupid little things like that. She would just do little things, just try to be cool try to be in with the cool crowd.
Yeah.
And then it was one minute they liked her, the other minute,
Yeah, she would wear very provocative, like crop tops, shorts, heels, out, just doing things that was out of her morals, out of her character. Like she started watching like provocative sites at church, just like wow.
Yeah, they
prayer time, like just doing things.
Like they literally had Now I mean y'all if you're part of the Muslim faith, forgive me for what it is. I don't know the exact ritual it is, but they go to the mosque basically, and they're sitting in the mosque, and the women are separated from the men. So the women are all in one room, and they all have the hijab draped over them. So they're like huddled up in the hijab, and Ami has her little hijab draped over her, and she is in the hijab, looking at her phone, looking at twerk videos while they're preaching. Like she was doing the most. Mind you, this girl's 11.
Yeah.
I already said that before, but I just need y'all to understand that she is 11.
Yeah, she ended up reaching womanhood along the process and all that. She goes to a lot of things, but I'm not gonna tell everything. But she ended up getting back into her morals and her beliefs, and trying to enjoy a regular childhood, you know. But this goes to show you that this movie, I feel like honestly,
Well, tell them what the deal with Netflix though.
But as far as the deal with Netflix though, yeah, they got sued. They had a trial. I think it was in Tyler, Texas.
Well, they're I don't know if did they get sued?
They had a whole bunch of critics.
Yeah, they're trying to sue them.
Like they had like a grand like. Let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna get the exact facts together. But I think that they're currently attempting to sue Netflix for it.
Yeah, Netflix indicted by grand jury trial in Tyler, Texas for promoting material in Cuties film, which depicts lewd exploitation. Exhibition. Sorry, y'all. Pubic area of a clothed or partially clothed child who is younger than 18 years of age, which appeals. Period interest in sex. So, in my terms, child pornography. I feel like, because it did show a lot of graphics. Like this girl literally was taking pictures of herself, like billing herself to older boys, like posting on social sites and stuff, like to try to get attention, you know. And it wasn't just her, but it was the other girl. Like
But I mean, like, how did, like, let them know how Netflix responded though.
They felt like they didn't do anything wrong. They used we stand by the film, meaning
that Netflix stand by, like they're not taking it off.
They're not taking it off. They're gonna make their money regardless.
Yeah, I think it's still on.
Yeah, it is. So if anybody like haven't watched it, I mean, you're gonna go watch it. But I would encourage, you know, if you don't want your child, your daughter, you know,
we wouldn't recommend watching it. But if you want to go watch it for, you know, just for research purposes, I guess go ahead. Because I heard about it before she did, and I heard about the film. So. And I heard like it had a whole bunch of controversy around it.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. I thought it would be like a good topic to talk about on the channel. So we sat there and watched it, and just to see what it was all about and what the controversy was, and we definitely saw why people were pissed off about it.
But me personally, because since I'm a big fan, I have to be personally, since I have to lead by example when it comes to dealing with kids. Like I have like a niece and all that. I wouldn't even like. I deal with kids. I I wouldn't want to see a little girl. Like if I have my own daughter, like no. The way she was twerking, the way the other little girl was twerking, it's a limit. It's fun. It's funny for a little bit, but like no, it's not cute.
It's not
cute.
No.
It's not cute to be seeing a little girl to be dressing provocative and be shaking this and that. Like I want to see a young, smart, bright girl with intelligent mind and lead by example, and to do this and that before they doing all this other provocative stuff. Like because the way these generations is going, no, no.
Here's my thing, because Netflix basically the reason why they're standing by the film is because Netflix is claiming that the film is a social commentary that's speaking out against child sexualization. Now, from what I watched, this film, it didn't look like it was speaking out against child sexualization in a way. I mean, the way the film was presented, it looked kind of almost like it was promoting it.
Yeah, like
it was basically like, to me, the joint looked like it was, you know what I'm saying, it was like eye candy for pedos to me. Like that's kind of yeah.
It's already enough sex trafficking and all that in the world. Like why would you want to like and put that out there like that? And people are already overprotective of their kids as it is. Like I know too many fathers. Like I know too many overprotective fathers. Like when it comes to their daughters. No, they don't. They would not encourage that.
Yeah.
But another thing I would point out too. What was it I was gonna say? It slipped my mind. But overall, this is another thing I was gonna say. In my age, like even in my age, around we didn't even think about stuff like this in my age when I was around her age. Like it's crazy, but I knew a few girls in my age, like they got pregnant in middle school. But then again, like this still goes to show you, like what.
What do you mean by in your age? You're
like
in your 20s, so.
No, I'm just saying like back when I was around her age.
Back when you was her age. Okay,
yeah. But I'm just saying like it's crazy what today they're promoting about young girls as a sex thing, and they thinking that's cute, and it's not.
The thing about it is, once again, I'm gonna reiterate. The girl was 11 years old. Now, when I say that, I mean the girl as in they didn't. The character was 11 years old, but it's not like they got like a teenage girl, like a girl who was 17 who looked young to play the character. They actually got real 11-year-old girls to play these characters.
And I'm sorry.
And yeah, like so don't think like when we're talking about this character, don't think that this character was actually a girl who was in her late teens, early 20s, who just has a young face and was playing like a young girl. No, they actually got girls who are actually that age to play that role, and those actresses were actually twerking in the movie and like doing grown people type dances in the movie. So that's what made it look like it wasn't, because Netflix is saying it's a social commentary against child sexualization, which I'm not against if that's really what it was, but if they presented it in that way, then I wouldn't be against it. But that's not the way it was presented, because here's the deal.
I know majorettes, like little majorette dance teams, they do little dances and stuff like that. But it's a limit.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. In the movie, right? In the movie, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So in the movie, it looked like it was promoting child sexualization because the whole, the whole protagonist's journey, Ami being the protagonist, her whole journey was centered around the girls doing this dance competition, which featured them doing grown people type dances. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And Ami, she ended up looking at the twerk videos and whatnot and learning how to do the twerking and teaching the other girls how to do it. And that's where like they really start to really like her more, and when she's teaching them how to do like the twerking and whatnot. And then also in the film, this is why I'm not buying the whole it's a social commentary against child sexualization, because in the movie, in there they showed the religious custom that Ami came from, and from what it looked like in the movie, they were showing it in a very negative light, in which I didn't like. So like it's almost like the conservative stuff, the stuff that showed morals about values, which was her culture that she came from, that was shown in the movie in a negative light. Like okay, what's an example? So in the movie,
when they was trying to cling to.
Yeah. So here's the deal. She comes from like a real traditional Muslim background. The character comes from a traditional Muslim background in the movie. So there's certain things that go on in Islamic cultures that may not necessarily go on in other cultures, but in their cultures it's acceptable. Like for example, Ami's father is mentioned in the film. I don't think we actually see her father, but he's mentioned in the film several times. And okay, well, it's been a couple weeks since we've seen the movie, so. But he seemed like once or twice, not very often. But she has like she has a lot of disdain towards her father, and the reason being is because her father had taken on a second wife, which is something that is normal in the Islamic culture. But it's like the movie, from the angle that the movie came at that from, it's almost like they're attacking the culture, because that's something normal in their culture. So it's almost like, and they had Ami's auntie in the movie. I don't know if it was her auntie or her grandma. Her mom was in the movie, and then her auntie was also supposed to be like her mentor, and her auntie was like real strict on her, and it kind of showed the auntie in a negative light, because of how strict she was being on her. And every time the auntie would catch her coming home wearing something that's too inappropriate, she would like be like beating on her, or not really beating on her, but like giving her like a whooping. You know what I'm saying?
Chastising.
Yeah, it was chastising, like, you look like a whore. Like that's how the auntie talked in the movie. Like, look at you wearing these whore clothes. You are such a whore. Like, look at you. You look like a complete whore. I can't believe my niece is a whore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it showed the auntie in a negative light. So to me, I feel like they're painting her culture, which was actually the morals that she should have been following. They were painting that in a negative light to me. That's just what I got out of it. And then towards the end of the movie, she comes home from the dance competition, still wearing the provocative outfit, and then the auntie gets on her like, "Oh, what are you wearing? I can't believe you're wearing this." Then the mom comes by, because now they're at the wedding of her dad and the new wife, and the mom comes by and says, "Look, don't talk to my daughter like that. What's wrong with you?" And basically, it's almost like at the end of the movie, the mom is just kind of cool with what Army's doing now. It's just like, well, I get it, your dad's taking on a new wife, and you're kind of lashing out, and this is your way to lash out, and I get it. That's kind of the vibe I got from the mom at the end of the movie. So to me, it's like the morals and values that she should have been following didn't prevail at the end. I mean, did you really get that in the movie, or is that just me?
Yeah, I got it.
But that's just something that I wouldn't want my daughter or no other little girl to be, to follow.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
I hope y'all learned something from today.
Yeah, so we're gonna switch gears now and get to a different subject. So we at the last topic of the day, the topic I'm sure a lot of y'all wanna hear. We're gonna talk about Offset and Cardi B. Supposedly, or rumor has it that they might be back together, which I think the whole situation is kind of goofy. I think Offset should be awarded for Simp of the Year because this man is he doing the most. Why are you looking at me like that? Here's the thing. Just a month ago, just literally a month ago, okay, Cardi B filed for divorce, stating that her and Offset have irreconcilable differences. I hope I'm saying that correctly, but basically differences that can't be reconciled. Basically she was fighting for custody of Culture, 2-year-old Culture. That's the child that they have together. Then she wants to put him on child support. Then she wants half of their marital assets, basically taking half the stuff, basically. So she was really trying to, jank him for everything he had. Just a month ago, mind you. Now, just recently, Cardi B had a birthday party. She invited Megan Thee Stallion. She invited, who else did she invite? She invited, I can't think of Kylie Jenner. She invited Nicki. Cardi B don't like Nicki. But she invited, and she invited Offset of all people. Now, they were seen in the party dancing, having a good time. She was twerking on him. They was making out. They was kissing. Like, it was all cool. And this man buys her a whole Rolls Royce for her birthday. Mind you, she just filed for divorce from him a month ago. She originally divorced Offset, stating that they had irreconcilable differences. And then it later came out that Offset might have been the one that kind of triggered the divorce because she filed divorce right after she had dropped her song WAP, that stands for Wet Ass Kitty Cat. Y'all know what the P stands for. She dropped her song WAP. It actually became the #1 song in the country, and also a #1 in the other parts of the world. And Offset kind of felt some type of way because this is the mother of his children. You know what I'm saying? So he's thinking, she kind of promoting a thought image. He wants her to kind of tone it back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's understandable. From a dude's perspective, I feel like that's understandable. Like, that's the mother of my children. I don't want her out there like that, making that kind of music. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my wife and the mother of my children being the face of thought culture in 2020. I think that's perfectly understandable. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. If I was Offset, right, I would be cool if she's making music that's kind of provocative. Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. Beyonce makes music that's provocative. She twerks. She'll wear some sexy outfit, but I mean, it's not. There's a limit to it. Okay, there's a limit. It's not just over the top. Like Cardi B, her whole personality, her whole style, her whole swag has always been over the top. So, but I mean, to me, it's understandable that he would want her to tone it down. But nevertheless, that was the irreconcilable difference that Cardi B mentioned, because the fact that he wants her to just tone it down a notch is so unbelievably egregious to her that she had to file for divorce. And once, now to me, part of me thinks that Offset is just madly head over heels in love with Cardi. That might be what it is. He just can't get away from her. I don't know what it is. Part of me says that's probably what it is, but part of me is also saying that this man just doesn't want to go broke. That's what, and logically I would say that's probably what it is, because she, I'm not sure what her net worth is. I'm not sure what his net worth is, but I think she's at least 16 million. Her net worth is around 16 million. I don't know. Can you look it up? And his net worth is somewhere in the 20 millions. Together, they almost reach a net worth of 40 something million. Now,
Cardi B has 24.
Oh wow. And Offset is like 26, right?
Yeah.
What's Offset's net worth?
Yeah, 26.
Yeah, so Cardi B is her net worth is $24 million. Offset's net worth is $26 million. Together, they are well over $40 million in net worth. So if she takes, for the divorce, with the divorce, she wants half of their marital assets. So right off the bat, she wants half of the money, basically. Then she wants to put him on child support, and then she wants to pay him for his legal fees. Basically, she's trying to squeeze all the money she can out of this man before he goes bankrupt. So either he better come up with a solo album that's just fire after this divorce, if this divorce goes through, or he better get back with the Migos and see, okay, man, y'all gotta help a brother out, man. We need to come up with the Culture. What's the last album that came out? The Culture 3? We need to come out with the Culture 4. We need to come out with another mixtape. We gotta do something, because this girl is milking me for all the money I have, which is why I think Offset ended up buying her that Rolls Royce for her birthday after she just filed for divorce on him, because Offset is looking at the situation like it's cheaper to keep her. I don't know. What do you think? That's just my 2 cents on the matter.
I just feel like honestly, I feel like she got love for him, but I honestly feel like she wants to be with him mainly for the sake of their kid. So, they got an image to maintain for one. So she has her intentions and all that. She kept expressing over and over the internet, but actions speak louder than words. So,
like, to me, the whole situation is kind of like goofy, because Offset has a history of cheating on him, and she stayed, even after he cheated. But the fact that she dropped the album that became the #1 album in the world. I'm sorry. She dropped that song that became the #1 song in the country. and her net worth is currently at 24 million. She's looking to pass him up as far as net worth, as far as assets, resources, money is concerned. So she's looking to elevate past him, which is why, to me, it's like, to her, I feel like her career is everything. Basically, like, she cause, mind you, if she really, yeah, her career is everything, basically. So Offset is trying to get her to tone down the thought stuff, but the thought stuff is why her album, her song is the #1 song in the world, in the country. I'm sorry, I keep saying world, but the thought stuff is working for her right now. So her career means everything to her, because she didn't even leave him after he cheated. So the fact that him wanting her to tone the thought stuff down made her file for divorce, that speaks a lot. Now, while they're getting back together is, I don't know, because I feel like Offset came to the conclusion that, I really think Offset has come to the conclusion like, okay, if she goes through with this divorce, she's gonna milk me for all the money I have. So at this point, I might as well just accept this thought thing that she's doing, because he posted, I don't know if it was Instagram or Twitter, he posted something that said something along the lines of, I miss Mrs. WAP. So I guess he no longer has a problem with the thought stuff now, and he just doesn't want to. I just think he's in it. I think they both just looking out for their career at this point. What do you think?
That's it.
Huh?
That's it.
I don't have nothing else to say.
Okay, but you wanna be one-sided, just me?
I mean, I already didn't say what I had to say. Actually, speak louder than words. That's it. They just in it for their career and for the sake of the kid.
Yeah.
So that's it.
They in there for the career. The kid gonna be taken care of regardless. But they in there for the money. Well, that concludes our podcast, our first podcast, if you can call it that. Podcast, talk show, whatever the heck we want to call it. We ain't come up with a name for what this is gonna be called. But
Breezy and Shay first podcast.
Yeah, I'm saying the channel is called Breezy and Shay. I'm talking about this little segment we're doing. What are we going to talk about? What are we going to call it?
Our first podcast.
Okay, what happens when we do our second, and third, and fourth podcast?
You didn't give them names.
Okay, look, what are we going to call this podcast? That's what I'm saying.
Juicy topics. I don't know.
Okay, that's a good name. Juicy Topics. Okay, so I don't know if it's gonna be Juicy Topics, but we're gonna play around with the name. But that concludes the first episode of Juicy Topics. We have devoured all the juice of the topics, and what?
All right.
Okay, you know, let me laugh at myself then.
No, I laugh.
Okay, but yeah, that concludes the first episode of this podcast. We might continue to do this depending on how well received it is, because I actually enjoyed this format, and this might just be a regular thing. Like I said, we still going to do mukbangs, we still going to do cooking videos, we still going to do vlogs, but I mean, you can't. There's only so much you can do in the city. We can't go to the Coke factory every day. We can't go to the aquarium every day. We can't do, everything every day. But we can do this every day because there's always new things to talk about in the world. So we might just do this pretty often. I don't know what you think.
That'll be cool. But we'll make sure to keep y'all updated.
So I do appreciate you y'all. Okay, I just
we thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, what you just said.
So just make sure to follow our pages. Breezy and Shay on Instagram and Facebook. So please like, share, subscribe,
All
follow.
of that.
Thank y'all so much.
And we out this mug.